the stuff that you've been bringing out recently is absolutely amazing. So congratulations with all of the stuff that you've been doing recently.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
So tell us a little bit about this brand new EP. Tell us a little bit about what was inspiring you when you was working on this EP, because it's ended up becoming something absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, look, it's been sort of a aspiration to do a solo EP for a couple of years now. And the songs, I guess, some of them were written years ago, some of them were written last year. They kind of just like, it initially started out as just getting some old ideas that I had on my laptop just out there. And, you know, I'm not a singer, I'm not a vocalist, so I just sort of enlisted the help of, you know, good vocalists to help bring the project together. And yeah, look, thankfully, we've got amazing people on there doing vocals, and I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. But I guess the whole point of it was just to get out some old ideas. Quite a few of them were actually written last year during the pretty long lockdown we had in Melbourne. And I suppose the overall vibe of the EP and some of the songs, weirdly enough, were inspired by the TV show. I'm not sure if you watched it, called Mr. Robot.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I guess the themes and the mood of that show kind of seeped into the EP. So I guess that sort of inspired the artwork, so some of the songs. But yeah, really just to get some music out there, because I suppose previously I was in a band and we were doing stuff, and we kind of stopped doing things, and for me, I knew that I just wanted to keep putting out music, so just kind of put it together, and super grateful for everyone that's jumped on board. Just keen to get it out there.
What did you find was drawing you to Mr. Robot? You mentioned that there was an atmosphere there that you think came onto the EP. What was it, do you feel, that was drawing you to the show, but also drawing you to want to try and capture those themes?
I guess it's just the overall vibe. I put out a song last year called Imposter Syndrome, featuring James Butler from our local band here. And I guess when we did the music video, we were trying to think of themes, and I guess the theme was putting on some kind of mask, putting on some kind of face to in front of people, but deep down you kind of know that you're like kind of a fraud, I guess. And yeah, when we were thinking, me and my friend Nate Hill, who did the artwork for the EP, which turned out awesome, and he does all my photos and graphics. I think we kind of decided that was sort of the theme for the video, and I guess that kind of stuck with me. That whole kind of theme of just kind of hiding behind a mask or hiding behind a face. I guess after that, I kind of just binge watched the show during lockdown. So that was like 2 weeks of just stuck into that world. And I guess that just kind of inspired me to bring those themes into the EP. And I guess I don't want to spoil it, but the show is about a guy with schizophrenia, so he doesn't know what's real sometimes, and I'm not really sure why. I guess just because it was just around me and seeped into me the whole time, and the themes in it are super. I don't know. It was just super inspiring, or just it kind of just matched the mood that maybe I was in during that time during lockdown, just sort of isolated from everyone. And being stuck at home, I guess those themes sort of just seeped into the EP, and I guess mainly into the artwork. I guess even in the artwork, I'm sort of wearing a black hoodie, black pants, just kind of how the character Elliot in the show is dressed, and even I don't know if you've seen the artwork, like in the buildings, there's like kind of like these glitches going on, and it's kind of like trying to mimic what sort of goes on there. in the show. Like there's sometimes these glitches that happen on screen. I don't know. I guess yeah, it was just just because I was watching it all the time, it just seeped into it.
Yeah.
Maybe the next EP I put out, I'll be watching some other stupid show and then seep into my EP.
Were you one of those people that found that you actually got really creative during the lockdown? Because I know from talking to friends that work in the arts industry, a lot of them found that during the lockdown, they actually became very creative and were able to do a lot of their artwork, whether that be music or drawing or writing, because they suddenly didn't have going out and being social and going to work every day getting in the way of being creative. Was that something that you found?
Yeah, definitely. I think it sort of just came in waves. Like there were definitely days where I couldn't be bothered, and there would be days where things just kind of seeped out. Like even the latest single I put out with Eric from Sky Harbor on vocals, like that song was written pretty quickly, like just within maybe an hour or two. To just I just pulled out my 7-string and I just started playing, and then it just came up pretty naturally. So there were definitely points, and I suppose I must have been pretty creative to sort of get most of the EP sort of done during that time, because it was basically finished last year. This year we were just kind of tweaking it here and there, because I guess when you sort of when you have something on hold, like you tend to sort of go back to it because it's not out there yet. So you're just like, all right, is this as good as it can be? And then you kind of just keep tweaking it. And just one of the reasons why I don't like holding on to songs too long. I'm kind of just like putting it out there before I start overthinking. But there were definitely points in lockdown. I suppose even just during this later half of the year where the creativity just kept flowing.
You mentioned before about having the different vocalists, and of course the track that we're about to play, What I Once Knew, has got Eric from Sky Harbor on that track. How do you go about picking which vocalists you want for each track? Do you kind of know when you're putting that track together who you want to have do the vocals, or how does that work for you?
Sometimes. Not with that song with Eric, actually. That was meant to come out as an instrumental, so that was one of the songs that was written during lockdown, and it was all done, it was all mixed and mastered, and I actually uploaded it to the distribution site to be put out. And I think just last minute I was thinking, I was listening to Sky Harbor that week, and I was like, it would be really cool to get Eric on this. I just kind of hit him up, and I was thinking the worst thing he could say is no. And then he said yes, literally like 2 days before it was meant to come out, so I had to quickly pull it from the distribution side, and then we got that going. But not really. Sometimes I do sort of think of the vibe of the song and think who might fit it and who might potentially want to sing on it. It definitely differs. Like the other song I put out, The View From Here, with Garrett from Silent Planet and Liam. Liam was a suggestion by Sam Bianco, who mixed and mastered the EP. Because that song was initially sort of written with my old band, and it was mainly just me and another band member, and the old band didn't really work out. So wanted to put that song out, and Sam suggested Liam for vocals because the lyrics for that song was done. And Garrett was really because my old band member was a huge Silent Planet fan, and he loved Garrett's vocal style. So I just thought like maybe I should actually just hit up Garrett and see if he'd be keen. And he was. It's usually the songs when the song's sort of done in demo form instrumentally. I just kind of think of someone that I know that might be interested. But that being said, I didn't really know Garrett or Liam or Eric. It was just kind of a shot in the dark, and thankfully it worked out.
Definitely. Well, it definitely worked out. And I guess the big question now is, with the EP coming out on October 8th, where will people be able to grab a copy of the EP? And also, what are your plans for the future from here on out?
Yeah, so it's coming up digitally everywhere on streaming services, like, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, if anyone uses that. And I guess the plans after. We were thinking about shooting a music video. Depends on what happens with lockdown. But we were also, I was thinking of doing a release show sometime down the line, maybe before the end of the year or early next year. Just depends logistically how that's going to work out. So that's definitely something that I want to at least perform these songs once. But yeah, besides that, probably keep working on some new music, maybe something a bit more instrumental. But yeah, we'll see. I'm always trying to create and write music, so yeah, I'm definitely going to put stuff out.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a listen to What I Once Knew on the show right now. So what would you like to say to our listeners out there before they take a listen to this track?
Well, first of all, thanks for listening. Yeah, this song is a year old, and features Eric Emery from Sky Harbor, and the song is about just kind of wishing of a life you, I guess as the title says, you once knew, and just trying to come to terms with how life is now, and just looking back on life, and just trying to appreciate what we once knew.